I played with unreleased LEGO Fortnite items. Now this video was made possible by Alaman on Discord and then Blortzer over on Twitter, who has been releasing a ton of data mining files from LEGO Fortnite, showing us some leaks that should be releasing into the game at some point in time. I'm not entirely sure exactly how this is done, but they were able to give me some of the items inside of LEGO Fortnite with no use from myself as far as third-party apps go. This was all done inside of the main LEGO Fortnite game. I'm not entirely sure how to replicate it, but they were able to give me access to this, which was really cool. Now, the first lobby that I went into, I was able to have access to a few items that were leaked very early. That include the titanium shovel, the iron axe, the rift sword, and the titanium pickaxe. These things have been leaked very early on. I believe this came out in January is when we first got word of these items existing. So these are in the very early filing stages of LEGO Fortnite. When it comes to that, and that being said, we don't know exactly when these will be releasing, although most of this stuff can be linked directly to the rift biome, as that has to do with the rift sword. Along with that, typically was the dark forest biome, which could come as early as October with what the roadmap tells us. But outside of that, we have nothing official from LEGO Fortnite or Epic themselves, but we can see inside of the files that these items do exist. Now, there's a lot of negative people out there that like to say that the stuff that I talk about and go over in videos is just all fake and it's not actually real stuff. And this was a very good time for me, or a very fun time for me, to jump in the game and actually see this stuff in person and see exactly what it looked like as far as the game files go and play around with some of the items as well. So during this video, I'm going to show you guys as much as I possibly can, but as fast as I can, and show you that all of these files are actually real, and it's not as though some guy on Twitter was making all of this stuff up. All of this stuff exists in the LEGO Fortnite files. It just has not been published just yet. We're not sure exactly when it's going to be published, but we do know that these things do exist in game. So to talk about a few things that has to do with these, the iron axe is able to do 10 damage to trees, and that is with no damage added onto it, so no damage essence. The pickaxe is able to do 24 damage without any of the damage essence on it, and the shovel is actually pretty solid as well, because right now with the typical shovel that you have in game, I believe you get 4 soil. This one gives you 1 more, so it seems like all of these will have at least 1 increase on them to help you get stuff a little bit faster. Now, without any damage essence, the rift sword is able to do 12 damage to enemies, which is a little bit more than I believe what a lightsaber does. And again, it doesn't have any damage essence on it. So what I want to do is add some damage onto every single one of these, including the pickaxe and the forest axe, to exactly see how well they're going to do in this game and if it becomes overpowered. Because if these can one-hit iron or one-hit frostpine or do a ton of damage to brutes, they are truly going to be an incredible release when they come into the game. Now keep in mind that this is the rift sword up against a frost brute, and when you do your jump diving attack, you're able to do 42 critical damage to a brute. Your regular damage is 21 per swing as well, which I again believe is the most that you can do in the entire game, once again making the rift sword the most powerful weapon in LEGO Fortnite. Again, this still has not released and we're not sure when it will release, but being able to do 42 damage to something with your jump dual attack or your critical attack, or just 21 damage from your regular swing is a ton of damage. I believe it even does more than what the crossbow does outside of when you could nail a headshot on a brute, but for the most part, unless they're standing still or charging directly at you, hitting your headshots on these brutes are not too easy. But it is a very quick and easy way to melt down the brute while doing this. Now, I wanted to show you guys the pickaxe when you guys are inside of the Frostlands, because this is kind of where it's most important. It does 102 damage when you do your critical damage attack with your jump pickaxe. That's 102 to Malachite, which makes it an absolute one hit. Now, iron is a whole different animal. Iron is definitely not as easy to break in this game, but one hit will do 51 damage, making this a 3 hit in order to take down iron. If you do a jump attack and then a regular attack with your triple damage pickaxe, you're going to be able to 3 hit this, or in that case 2 hit it. 1 jump attack and and then 1 regular attack. When it comes to finding Sapphire, this now becomes a 2-hit or just a 1 critical damage jump attack if you're able to reach them on the wall. So this pickaxe would definitely make farming so much faster and even easier when you guys are inside of the Frostlands biome, which definitely makes this something that I would love to get added into the game very soon. Now keep in mind this is an iron axe and not a titanium one, so it does a little bit less damage than maybe what we would want. With these thicker trees, it's going to take 4 total hits to do, or 1 jump attack and 2 regular hits, and on these smaller, slimmer trees, it takes about 3 total hits. So this still is an easier way to farm, and it does have more durability on these. However, it does not melt them as fast as what the titanium pickaxes do in this game. Now, I also was able to get into a lobby that had a lot of the items that I leaked very early on as well, or that data miners were able to leak, including the Forge, which was something that got leaked at the same time as the Illuminator Charm, although the Illuminator Charm actually released into the game and the Forge did not. You guys can also see the in-game model of the Catapult in here, and I will demonstrate how that works a little bit later on, as this seems to be something fun, but not too crazy added into the game. You guys can also see around me are some other files that were leaked very early on, including the zipline, but also this is the refiner, which was supposed to come into the game when it comes to the Rift update and have to help out when it comes to crystals being added into this game. So all of these are actual in-game files, they just have not released into the official game just yet. Now, ziplines were very buggy during this video, but I was able to discover, and I was told that if you jump into the center of them, they won't break as easy, which was a problem that we had. Now, the speed on these has to do with the steepness of the hill that you're going on. So if you're going downhill, you're going to go very fast, or if you're going uphill, you're going to go very slow. So the overall mechanics of this do seem to work pretty well. Just the only thing that's a little bit buggy is how you appear while on top of this zip line, and also really the speed of it, because overall we would love to go the same speed both ways, but for the most part going slower while going up and faster on the way down does make sense. Now, we also had access to the original grill that was supposed to be in the game. This is a blue grill rather than the red one that they chose to go with, and I also was shown the new radios or boom boxes that were added into the files as well, or that have existed in the files. These boom boxes actually play the radio that you have or some music that you have in your game. In this one, it was that tropical vibe style of music, which I wasn't able to get the audio on, but these boom boxes do actually work in game. I'm not sure what you could do with them, whether that's adding them around your village or maybe attaching them to your car, but this is something that does exist and hopefully does get put into LEGO Fortnite at some point in time. Now, we also got some chests filled up with different items that we have not seen just yet in LEGO Fortnite, so they don't even actually have images assigned to them. At least back in these files, they didn't. So we have different things such as apple juice, lemon lime, all of the weapons that I showed off in the intro clips, the bowcaster put in here a little bit earlier than when we actually received it with the Star Wars update, sand egg, cookie, and so much more. We also see the carrot, which does go with the leak that I showed you guys yesterday when it comes to the new quest that'll come into the game and cooking these carrots. You see these do have a model in game for you to hold and use or eat and play around with. So I wasn't able to eat it just yet inside of this game, but I was at least able to see the model of it during this time in this video. And before I wrap things up, I wanted to show you how this catapult worked. You can place yourself in here and maybe even other items as well, and when you fire it, it'll actually shoot you a certain distance. Now, it doesn't go all that far, but how far would you expect a catapult to really shoot you? You are able to combo this up with one of your gliders as well, so if you jump into the back of this or another player jumps into the back of this, you can combo the glider with it so that you launch yourself or you fire yourself and then pull your glider out to travel a little bit more. So it kind of works like a jump pad in a way if you're trying to travel, but I also imagine we're going to get cannonballs or something similar to actually shoot at enemy bases or enemies in game. YouTube thinks that you're going to like either one of these videos above, so click on one of them and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you aren't already.